Because I met a man who told me about he was raped by his mum. And then he told me that he can never have kids because he's going to fiddle with the kids like the way his mum. He was
probably serious too.
He was. He was full on trauma dumping on me, like unapologetically, and I did not ask for it. And I was just looking at, and then he asked me out after he told me that. He's like, I had a really good conversation with you.
Because he talked to himself, right?
Yeah, and that's it. And then he's like, would you like to go out? And I was like, that's so weird. I went through a stage where I was attracting weirdos like that.
I attract weirdos.
Yeah, I attracted you into my friendship, and that's why I know that I've still got weirdos that are in my energy field.
Yeah, I'm the resident weirdo.
No,
See how little she makes me feel?
No, it's because you're autistic.
You shouldn't stand for this behaviour.
It's because you're autistic.
You should
I have another friend that's
high
autistic.
level of standards for yourself.
Yeah, because you need a high level of care. Because you're autistic.
Yeah.
You're high needs.
I am high needs. I need to be fed.
My two only friends are autistic.
Yeah.
It's because I'm such a giving person.
Wait, she's actual got what's it called? Schizophrenia. She doesn't have friends. She thinks she does.
He's not even really here, and then we look back on the footage. It's just me sitting there talking to myself.
You are talking to yourself.
No, actually, there's no one. This isn't real.
What?
None of it.
I know. What's up, guys? Last on podcast. I don't know how much of that little intro I'm gonna keep.
We're not putting any of that in there, right?
I'm gonna put a bit of it in there for sure.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Today we're going to talk about actually your environment, changing your environment. So you know that saying? This was raised to my attention literally last night in my internal reading or my hours of reading. The saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink, got put into my attention. You know that saying, right?
Yeah, you can't make it drink.
Yeah, you can't make it drink. But they expanded and they were like, from a behavioral, psychological perspective, if you starve that horse of water for 3 days, put it in the desert, and then lead it to water, it's going to drink. Like, it doesn't have a choice. Like, it's just going to drink. And what that means for us or for anyone is, sure, you can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do, but if you curate their environment to make it inevitable of them doing it, you can change behaviors that way. And it goes to yourself as well. So when you change your environment and literally make it impossible for you to do anything other than what you want, you're just naturally going to do it. I was like, damn, that's pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, but I just want to touch on the fact that you can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to do.
Yeah, so if I starve you for a month and I
yeah, but why would you want to do, like, why would you want to compel someone to do something that they are not willingly making the completely free choice to do so?
The argument...
So if it wasn't based on environmental factors, they would not be making that decision.
Yeah, for sure.
So why would you want to implement that? Because then you're impeding on their free will and their sovereignty as a human being and as a soul.
The lesson...
So that goes against being unconditional.
It does. The lesson there
that goes against natural law.
It is, but the lesson is for yourself. If you're struggling to do something, if you make it impossible for you not to do that thing, you'll just do it. So it's both an external and an internal thing.
Well,
so it's like a little strategy on.
But I feel like the internal shift would have to happen before, because even just to take action to do so, you know what I mean, would be showing that it's an internal shift more than an external shift.
So I'll give an example. I started a business. I had the idea of starting a business for a long time. Eventually, I chose to apply for things or pay. Okay, no, this is about a gym. When I first started going to the gym, my mum paid for the membership and I just never went to the gym. As soon as I paid $900 when I was like 19 and it hurt me, it was literally impossible for me not to go to the gym, because in my mind it was like, you already spent the money, now you have to use it, you have to make use of it.
Yeah, but not everyone's like that, because I'm not like that.
That is true. It's just like a little strategy. And I was like, damn, that's actual. It's so true though.
No,
like you can force people to do something by curating their environment yourself. You can force yourself to do something by creating your
Yeah,
own
it's not
environment.
a good example to say that. 'Cause
And then as well, if you're in an area where there's not a lot of opportunities or like the people around you are all negative, like this all comes in together with everything we've ever talked about. If you move to a better
is the
environment,
lighting good?
yeah. I use the special camera thing.
Okay.
If you move to an environment where everyone is successful, you're almost going. You'd have to be an idiot to not be. If all your friends are talking about fucking making movies all the time, 24/7, eventually you're just gonna get good at making movies.
100%. I was looking at that phenomenon the other day actually, and saying that if you're like the easiest way to shift your belief system, because that's what it comes down to, it's your
Yeah.
belief systems that you hold surrounding. We'll use money as an example around money. The easiest way to shift it is to hang around rich people because they go about life in a completely different manner with different actions, different behaviors, different belief systems, different thoughts towards money than people who do not have a lot of money do. Completely different. So if you want to emulate someone to become them, like fake it until you make it, you need to be around people who are wealthy. I was like, where am I going to find all these wealthy people?
You found one. You found
Oh my
one, mate.
goodness.
No, it's not even fake it to you. Oh, I got the quote on my phone. It's something like, do it. Oh, bro, there's another one that's like, do it till you, man. I don't know.
No, but it essentially is. It's fake it until you make
Yeah.
it. It's like even if you don't feel happy, putting a smile on your face and acting as though you are happy starts to release off the feel-good hormones within your body. So then you actually
Endorphins.
do have the chemical reaction of happiness. So
Yeah,
it's like
that's
fake it until you make it. Emulate their behaviors.
100%. And what you said there is literally priming your body. Priming is so important.
Mm.
So if you start your day thinking happy thoughts, you prime yourself for the rest of the day to think happy thoughts.
Oh, the first thing I would say to myself when I wake up is today is going to be the best day. I'm going to have such a good day.
That's amazing.
Irregardless of what happens during the day, my internal state will be that of happiness.
Yeah, you could get into a car wreck and then you'd be like, today's the best day ever because it's a new opportunity. I might get
a better car.
I might get a better car. Insurance is going to pay me this lump sum. This is amazing. No more car payment, like legit. But if you're like, have the mindset, oh, today's going to be a shit day, you get into a crash, you're going to freak out. Hey.
Well, I mean, perfect example of that is when my windscreen got smashed. It already had a huge crack in it.
Yeah.
So I was already going to have to pay to get it replaced.
Yeah.
But because it got smashed, I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even get covered by insurance.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Long story short,
looks can be deceiving, and never judge something based on its appearances because
100%.
the outcome can be totally different to what it appears to be initially. It can lead to something really, really positive or a new experience, a new horizon, a new action that you may take that you wouldn't have taken previously if it wasn't for that certain situation. It usually offers growth and expansion if we choose to see it that way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then I had another point to talk about, but I'm that tired. I only got 3 hours sleep last night, so apologies, guys.
He was up partying all last night, doing the opposite of what he told you guys to do.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a mad party animal, a little junkie, love heroin. Do you have any topics that you wanted to?
I just want to talk about mindset and how integral it is to creating the life of your dreams, essentially.
Yeah.
I've only really kind of like Brian's kind of imprinted this on me. So one of those other factors about being around people who have certain qualities that you yourself want to obtain. So he's very much all about mindset and I suppose Andrew Tate is as well. Like I choose not to be depressed, and I choose to So
I'm pretty much just like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, oh my god. But I had a breakdown. I'm calling it a breakthrough. I think I talked about it last time as well. But from there, I kind of had the realization, like I discussed last time, that, I can be anyone that I want to be. And since then, I've been coming up with different situations where I would usually unconsciously react in the old modality of behavior that I'm trying to step out of, or I am stepping out of, I should say, speak in present tense.
For example, like she's seen a baby walk by. She used to kick babies like all the time. Now she doesn't.
Yeah, I stopped. I looked at the baby and I was like, fuck, I want to kick this baby. And then I was like, No, that's the old Tian that would kick the baby. And I was like, instead, I smiled at the baby and I said, have a nice day to the mom and kept walking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was very proud of myself. The emotion was still there. I still the urge, really wanted to kick that baby.
No, she doesn't kick babies for anyone that doesn't know what a joke is.
I don't kick babies anymore.
Yeah, true. But yeah, shifting mindset.
Yeah, definitely. But I think as well, like, I think like those mindfulness techniques are really, really important to be able to give you that space there to be able to witness the behavior and not act on it. Because some of this behavior is so unconsciously imprinted on our psyches that there's no space there. It's just automatic. And we do these reactions, and then afterwards we feel like a plethora, a range of emotions, negative emotions, usually like guilt, a sense of like, why the fuck did I just do that? I don't want to be like that. But when you utilize mindfulness techniques like yoga, like meditation, like walking, quiet time, introspection, that allows you to have that space in between your consciousness and your mind, which allows you to take control more so and not so much be completely operated automatically.
Yeah, my version of that is going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning when no one else is there, because you're alone with your thoughts. And sure, you're training, but there's time in between sets, especially if you're not just scrolling. Even if you scroll on TikTok and YouTube Shorts.
I never do that at the gym. Hey, I'm not on my phone at the gym. I will rarely walk right back to a message or answer a call when I'm at the gym.
True.
I don't talk to anyone at the gym either. So like I haven't built any connections with not one person at the gym. So I don't get disrupted at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it doesn't matter what time I go.
Yeah, I have to go in the morning, otherwise I will get
Oh,
distracted.
Mr. Popular, Mr. Worldwide over here.
Yeah, that's just what happens when you start making money, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, yeah. When you're alone with your thoughts, my version of that is in the gym in the morning, when I'm alone with my thoughts, that's when I can make the biggest changes and the most rapid growth. I was gonna ask, do you think people need to go through an extremely negative situation or experience to be able to start overcoming beliefs, or do you think that they can just naturally do it as long as they're aware? How do they even get aware of it in the first place?
You have to be uncomfortable, and what you call a negative experience, I'd call a contrasting experience, and the contrast is absolutely necessary because it's through the contrast that offers us the biggest expansion and growth. So if you were to put it in a way, if we were living in a perfect world with ideal conditions, we were completely happy and everything was perfect, we would have no reason to want to change, to grow, to expand. It's through the darkness that we desire to reach for the light. So
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah. So I mean, it is a necessary aspect of life. And what I found is through these expansions facilitated from the contrasting experience, I will reach that new level and I'll be comfortable, but I'll only be comfortable for a bit. Yeah. And then another challenge will present itself, and then I will go through another expansion. And I mean, these periods of times aren't always fun, yeah, and they can be emotional and they can be a bit disruptive, but that's a part of, I mean, the goal is the journey. There's no other goal. It's the person that you become through these experiences, and then you look back retrospectively on the different versions of yourself that you have previously been, and you just see how far you've come.
Yeah.
So it's definitely necessary, and hence why I don't think there's one person on this planet that has avoided a contrasting experience.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting because I remember it might have been you that said it, well, or a monk that was like,
or a monk.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. He was talking about like every time you go to sleep, that version of you dies. And when you wake up, it's a completely different version of yourself.
Oh my goodness. I could even take that a little step further and say that's not even when you go to sleep. That's from moment to moment.
It is, yeah, moment to moment.
You know?
Like as soon as this moment's gone, that past self is already dead. He's lost in the source, and he's just can't. I don't know.
No, it's just an incredible feeling though to be able to have self-control, I think,
yeah.
and to be able to curate your mindset in order to witness that which you have intended to create.
I feel like you're really good at that.
What do you mean?
Curating your mindset and having everything externally or physically follow.
No, bro, that's you. Are you kidding? That's
Nah,
you.
I feel like you're really good at that.
I'm just at the beginning of like having control. I feel liberated for the first time in my life. The emotional holds that I felt from those unconscious belief systems and patterns that I was in denial about, the fact that I've been able to shift them now and to replace them with more beneficial patterns is just so liberating. Like I can't even like I feel free.
Are you happy to maybe give some examples?
Yeah, oh my goodness. So I've probably shifted, I'm not even kidding, maybe 30 to 50 different. I just like to use the word unhelpful because at one stage in my life, that's why I hold on to them. I perceive them as being helpful. So, me growing up, I lived in quite a tumultuous household. I'm the child of two drug addicts. So that just offered such a lack of stability within my childhood, and the people that I was meant to rely on in terms of safety were unsafe. And then I would kind of get shifted back in between my mum and my grandparents, and my grandparents also had their own generational trauma and alcohol problems and things like that. So it was just tumultuous. So I clung on to all these different belief systems from that early age, and they were very heavily imprinted on my psyche because I believed that they would help me survive in those situations.
Exactly.
One example would be my grandmother. Obviously, to create this chain of generational trauma, it's just essentially a chain of unhelpful belief systems that are passed down from one generation to another. So her doing this unknowingly to me is because she had it done unknowingly to her. So I just want to preface this by saying I hold no ill will towards her for the trauma that she unknowingly gave to me. But one example would be I have to be perfect.
Yeah.
I have to be perfect at everything. And if I'm not perfect, then I just won't even try. And that hugely controlled my behaviors, my actions, my thoughts, what I would choose to participate in.
Yeah, because if you can't be extremely good at it or perfect, you wouldn't try it at all.
Yeah, created this huge self-critic that was detrimental to my own self-esteem and self-worth. And I would remove myself from social activities and just doing things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because, it wasn't perfect. So once I came to the realization, the easiest way to shift the belief system is by showing the ludicrousy of it to your conscious mind. So essentially, I said to myself once I made that realization that was a core belief that I was holding on to, and I could see what the payoff was as well. The payoff was essentially safety. So because I'd either be perfect at something, and I would get accolades for it.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't be perfect at something and I wouldn't even try it, so I'd be safe. I'd be safe from defamation.
Yeah.
Although that inner self-critic was still quite harsh. But the easiest way to show the ludicrousy of the belief is to go back into your repertoire of experiences and memories and bring up different examples where they will, that counteract that belief system. So essentially, I went back into all my mistakes that I'd made throughout my life,
Yeah.
and I showed myself that they had given me the biggest lessons, and I had grown so much through those mistakes and those contrasting experiences, and that I wouldn't be the person that I am today without them. And then boom, gone. So I'm so much more comfortable in different experiences and situations I find myself in now that usually I would be instantly triggered, and then I would behave from that belief system.
What do those triggers look like?
I mean, they're so different. They're reactions.
What do the reactions look like?
Um, so I would feel insecure. I'd feel self-conscious. I'd be hyper self-critical. I'd start beating myself down internally. I would isolate myself, remove myself from situations, deny myself of whatever it is that I wanted to have or I wanted to create, because I just thought there's no point
Yeah, if you can't be perfect.
if I can't be perfect. It even goes back down to being in photos.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, being on camera.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so, like, I could sense, especially when I first started doing the pods with you, and people, if anyone's been watching us since, like, the get-go, I could sense it in my body. There was just this feeling of discomfort.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, I mean, I think that you would be the right person to talk to about this, because I think you have managed to shift a lot of your beliefs as well through action. Hey.
Yeah. I will do things through action.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
There we go. Beauty. Enjoy.
Bye.